Hello, hello. Welcome to Act 5 for the Hardcore Softcore Leveling Guide. I'm Happy Noob, and I
Same
forgot
here.
to record the audio, and you're just gonna have to deal with it for now.
Been here.
And I forgot that there's some guy in my Discord just sitting there making weird noises, so you might hear some fucking random things. So, anyway, uh, I don't even know what to say for Act Five. Act Five is pretty long. Um, you really want to prioritize resistances and damage. Okay, so having high resistance, high damage, and if you can get your armor in, that's good too, and health. So I would focus it like resistance, health, and then put damage like in between those two, and you're good. Um, and yeah, that's really about it. Um, I would just say take your time with this one. You get to go against easy Katava, so don't sweat it. Right, it's a pretty average fight, I would say. Um, and yeah, so anyway, guys, I'm gonna speed up the clips to something where I'm talking about. But other than that, good luck to you.
And thank
Okay, so here is where you can choose a ring reward. I would highly recommend pick the one that you're lacking in. Um, Even if the stats are bad and you really need a ring, pick it. Okay. Um, because you want to make sure your resistances are pretty good going into Act Six, and then so on and so forth, and just keep it leveled. Because the more acts you go up, your resistance will go down. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, so I'm just checking, if I have any gear swaps, and which you should be doing too. You always want to be trying to swap out your gear for what's best. Also, don't hesitate to use the crafting bench if you have some currency, especially during league start. It can get a little crazy. But in the next guide, I hope that I make one, and during the league start,
Mhm.
I'll have more. I'll be handicapped more than
You.
I am now.
Uh,
So, with that being said, um, I'm gonna fast forward now.
Hail Godslayer.
Mhm. Mhm.
Unlike some.
So here I'm trying to figure out, I'm really trying to get rid of the business flask, okay, because I don't need it right now. But I would hold on to it for later on, just in case you might need it. The business flask is really good if you're low on resistances, okay. So just keep that in mind. Um, and I'm just messing around here. I'm just trying to do a gear swap, and think I'm going back on my word. I think I was using some currency I probably didn't have, but in this case, I'm not sure. I'm just messing around, and for some reason, I thought I was gonna have to do a shield swap, um, when the Merc Ascendancy or Merc trial was coming up. But it turns out I was totally wrong. So I was like collecting all these one-handed axes and shields, and turns out I'm not going to use them for a while, like a while. So just double check the guide you're reading because I misread it, and the guide I was using was very good. It was, definitely my pace, not too much like transitioning or anything weird like that. It's actually perfect for my style of gameplay.
They can't keep us down forever.
Must be cleansed of impurity.
Okay, so this boss can kind of suck. Luckily, I'm doing some pretty good damage. And I've never really used a bleed build before. I don't think I have anyway. And it's doing a lot of damage. But once he turns into innocence, it can get kind of fucky. So you really want to make sure that A, you have the damage, and B, that you can dodge those yellow balls that are going to come out of them. Um, because other than that, everything else is pretty easy. Okay. But this part here can get a little fucky if you don't have the damage for it. If you're still killing these guys, by the time it comes out, right? Like if you're still killing him here, then there's probably a damage problem. But he's almost dead. Almost got him dead. Then we got phase 2, and this is where I was saying it gets a little fucky. So I just try to make whenever he spawns those yellow balls, like the yellow lightning balls, not those, but you'll see what I'm talking about. I just try to scatter, not these. I'll tell you which ones. Okay. And you don't want to face tank that. That's not very good. These balls here. See how bad they hurt? So I just walk away because the further I'm away from them, the easier they are to dodge. Um, and honestly, this is like the whole fight. So he's gonna phase out now. He's gonna do the same thing. Um, I would drop a teleport scroll here if you're not comfortable with this guy at all. And just save your ass. Because the entire fight is pretty easy. But like I was saying, like that one phase with the lightning balls, man, you gotta learn how to dodge, Um, and my dodging skills are pretty good. I just don't do good with fucky situations. When shit gets fucky, right? Like I'm like, all right, this is gonna get fucked. So these balls are fine. It's the other ones that are, yeah, you don't want to stand in that. Then he's gonna do another phase. And then yeah, I mean, just watch out for the yellow balls, guys, and that's the whole fight. And I'm just gonna fast forward because it's pretty much the same thing.
Now seems a good time to question my life decisions.
Okay, guys, here's the easy Katava. The best thing I could tell you is, just dodge his abilities and do damage. and that's really about it. Um, you can see here, my damage is okay. It's not great, I would say. So I'm just gonna have to really just. I mean, it is fine. You don't have to kill him entirely. Okay, you kind of kill him just halfway-ish, and then that's it. And that's really about it, guys. So once you kill him, I mean, it's smooth sailing after this. It's pretty much just dodge his bullshit, and it's an easy Act 5. Like dodge that shit that I didn't dodge. Um, you know, I hate like this guy Act 10. Like it's so fucky, dude. Like I fucking hate him. Um,
My spirit.
it's like I hate him and I love him. It's such a fun fight, but it's just like sometimes it gets out of control. Like he just starts doing that bullshit, dude. I gotta do this attack. I gotta do this boss more, especially the Act 10 one, because I still fuck up. I don't know why. Oh, probably because I'm a noob. But no, this is nice if you have good damage and your guy's a bit tanky. In this case, my guy somewhat is. But yeah, I'm gonna fast forward to the end, and yep.
The flame of hope may flicker, but it cannot
Okay,
be extinguished.
so you beat Act 5, right? Everything's looking good. Um, congrats, you did it. Now we go to Act
Is
6,
this what losing a
which
friend
is the
feels
best
like?
part because now we can do that Lily, the Lily side quest, and then we can pretty much get every gem in the game.
I'm
So once we get to Lion Size Watch, do the Lily Roth side quest. I've already done it. So if you do it
for no man.
twice, if this is your second run in the league, you don't have to do it again.
Slightly biased.
But as you see, I'm not going to do it once we go to in the Act 6 guide. But my resistances are lowered a bit. So make sure you watch out for that. Please watch out for your resistances lowering. It'd be a pretty bad way to go, but I mean you gotta learn, right?
Good luck out there.
So
Time for that soon enough.
other than that, guys, um, I mean that's really about it. So I'm just gonna do some, some fucky like gear shit here. Getting molten shell because I prefer molten shell. I think it's so fucking good. It saved me so many times, especially if I'm like turning a corner and there's like a bunch of fuck you around it. Um, I pop molten shell and they all die, and that's how I've been living. Um, so if you're like turning a corner or you're running up to something and it's a bunch of fuck you, then obviously pop your molten shell and you're fine. Molten shell's really good. I like to manually cast it, um, but that's just me. It's up to you. I prefer you manually cast it so you can start understanding that you don't. It's better to like know if the damage is coming to you, right, than just the multi shell popping and then you don't have it and then you're like fuck. I wish I had it because now I ran into a fuck you situation. Um, and really, I think, oh my god, I forgot. I never changed my rings. So this is a big thing where I was in complete, like, utter shock that I haven't changed my rings for like 6 acts. So I pull a fast one here and I go into my ring department and I start pulling rings out of my ass because I'm like saying to myself, well, if I ever got new rings in 6 acts, I don't even know how I did that. Like, I don't know how I totally forgot to use rings or switch them out. Um, but yeah, so I just decided to get some new rings. Obviously on hardcore in the training community, you want like a decent ring. It's gonna cost you like a chaos. So try to just conserve as many rings as you can. Even if they're like half decent rings. Um, you know, just keep an eye out for them. I think my amulet was dog shit too. But anyway, guys, going to Act 6 when you watch that video, let's just focus the importance on resistances, damage, and health. and gear check always. I don't know how I missed it. I swapped my belt out for another belt that I had. That belt's pretty good, and I think I keep it for a while. Um, so yeah, it's a good belt. And I'm just looking around, and I'm thinking to myself, do I want to use this big boy axe to make the guide a little bit easier? And I actually don't know what I do. I don't think I do. I think me doing 3 swaps from the stash was enough to say, okay, like this is good. I don't want to use any more advantages here than I have to. Um, Now I'm just looking to craft anything on the belt here, and I think I put in armor. I think it's armor and energy shield, something just blah. At least there's something on there. But yeah, guys. So that's really all I have to say. I'll see you in Act 6. Good luck.